With thousands of species scattered around the world, birds are truly fascinating and admirable beings that enchant and surprise us more every day. However, some species go far beyond the common patterns we're used to seeing around the world and present very unusual and different looks, characteristics, and behaviors, being truly worthy of calling themselves strange. And it is with this in mind that we have put together a list of some of these to present in today's video. 20 strange birds you won't believe exist, Part 2. White-necked rockfowl. The white-necked rockfowl is a medium-sized bird found mainly in rocky forest areas in West Africa, which is characterized by having a long neck and a long tail. The white-necked rockfowl has grayish-black upper parts and white underparts, and its head is almost featherless, with the exposed skin being almost completely yellow-orange in color, except for 2 large circular black spots located just behind the eyes. These birds feed mainly on insects, although their diet can also include small amphibians and mammals, and they rarely fly long distances, preferring to move through the forest by a series of jumps or short flights in low vegetation. As far as its reproductive behavior is concerned, the white-necked rockfowl is monogamous and couples nest alone or form colonies together with other birds of the same species, with their nests being built with mud on rocky surfaces. King vulture. The king vulture is a fascinating species of bird that stands out for its distinctive appearance, with a head and neck devoid of feathers and with several different colors, which gives it a colorful and rather unusual look, while the upper body is predominantly white with the wings and tail being black. This species inhabits tropical and subtropical regions from Mexico to Argentina and plays a crucial role in nature as a cleaning agent, consuming carcasses and thus helping to prevent the spread of various diseases. The king vulture is a bird that has few natural predators, but unfortunately due to its low reproduction rate and the degradation of its habitat, it is an increasingly rare species to observe. Crested auklet. The crested auklet is a small seabird, notable for its distinctive physical features, such as a prominent crest, white irises, and white feathers that extend from its eyes to its ears. The preferred habitat of these birds is the coasts of remote islands, where they feed by diving into deep waters in search of a variety of small marine animals. And an interesting feature of this species is that males and females are very similar in appearance, although the females have slightly smaller and less curved beaks, as well as slightly smaller crests. This species breeds from May to August, and during this period, these birds nest in rocky crevices and form dense colonies that can reach up to 1 million individuals. And despite the proximity of the nests, there is a high degree of territoriality between these birds. ONAGADORI chicken. The ONAGADORI chicken is a fascinating and rare ornamental breed originally from Japan, known mainly for its exceptionally long tails. The name ONAGADORI even literally means long-tailed chicken in Japanese. The tails of animals of this breed can grow continuously, reaching impressive lengths and usually measure between 1 and 2 meters. But there are records of tails reaching up to 12 meters in length, which makes the animals of this breed a real visual spectacle. The ONAGADORI chicken used to be raised in the gardens of Japanese imperial palaces and is now considered a national natural treasure by the Japanese government. However, although they are very beautiful and appreciated, it is no easy task to keep these tails long and splendid, which is why breeders have to take special care, such as keeping the birds in elevated cages to prevent their tails from touching the ground and getting dirty, for example. Capuchin bird. The capuchin bird is a fascinating species of bird found in the humid forests of northeastern South America, notable for its distinctive appearance, with a head and face devoid of plumage, displaying a blue skin tone. The capuchin bird is a bird of considerable size, with males weighing around 360 grams and measuring around 35 centimeters in length, while females weigh around 320 grams and measure approximately 34 centimeters, and in addition to its unique appearance, the capuchin bird is known for its unusual vocalization, which can be mistaken for the sound of big cats, such as the jaguar, causing admiration and even fear in those who hear its call in the forest. The capuchin bird's diet consists mainly of fruit and insects, and despite being a really unusual bird, its total population is estimated to be large, and so it is not currently considered a species threatened with extinction. Anna's hummingbird. Just like the ONAGADORI chicken we've already mentioned, the Anna's hummingbird is another fascinating bird that stands out for having a special and rather unusual characteristic, where it basically changes color depending on the angle at which it is observed. Native to the west coast of North America, this small animal has a diet composed mainly of flower nectar and small arthropods, making use of its long beak and specialized tongue to feed, and is notable for its ability to vary coloration in males, which occurs due to the iridescence of the feathers that change color depending on the angle of the light, creating a dazzling visual effect. Thus, when observed from one side, these hummingbirds may appear to have one type of color, but when they make a simple movement, such as turning their heads to the other side, for example, this color can change instantly before our eyes, which can be defined as something simply extraordinary and incredible. TEMMINCK'S Tragopan. The TEMMINCK'S tragopan is a truly spectacular bird, known for its exuberant beauty with vibrant colors and distinctive patterns. While the females have a more discreet plumage, the males display impressive visuals with shades of red, blue, yellow, orange, black, white, and brown that play a crucial role during the mating season, when they perform elaborate displays to attract females. These birds are usually found inhabiting dense forests and overgrown mountains, and spend most of their time on the ground where they search for food, which mainly consists of fruit, seeds, and insects. Breeding of the TEMMINCK'S tragopan takes place between April and June, and during this period the males perform elaborate displays to attract the females, which include inflating the skin on their necks and performing an impressive dance, and the nests of these birds are usually built in protected places, where the females usually lay 3 to 5 eggs, and the chicks, when they hatch, are already able to leave the nest and start foraging soon after hatching. Bald parrot. The bald parrot is a species of bird notable for its distinctive orange featherless head, which gives it a unique look among parrots and has earned it the popular name of bald parrot. Measuring around 23 centimeters, this species is endemic to Brazil, and its natural habitat is low-lying humid forests. The bald parrot is a bird that feeds mainly on fruit and usually nests in hollow logs, and an interesting fact about this species is that it was only described recently in 2002, after being mistaken for a long time for juveniles of another bird species. HOATZIN. The HOATZIN is a fascinating bird native to the flooded regions of South America, especially the Amazon River basins, which has a distinctive appearance with a crest of reddish-orange feathers on its head, blue skin on its face, red eyes, and a plumage with several different colors. The diet of these birds is mainly herbivorous, consisting of leaves, flowers, and fruits of plants typical of their habitat. And during the breeding season, which coincides with the rains, couples build nests in tree branches near bodies of water, and in each laying 2 to 4 eggs are laid, which are incubated by both parents for around 32 days. A very interesting curiosity to mention about the HOATZIN is the fact that when they are young, these birds have claws on their wings, which allow them to climb dexterously up tree branches until their wings are strong and developed enough to fly. This is a very important adaptation, as it often saves the lives of these chicks when they are threatened by predators, and when they reach adulthood, these claws disappear. White bellbird. The white bellbird is an incredible bird, notable for its distinctive appearance and vocalization. While the females have an olive-green coloration with fine stripes on the undersides, which makes them less visible against the forest foliage, the males are easily recognizable by their white color and by having a fleshy wattle, which originates at the top of the bill and usually hangs to the right side, which is a unique feature among birds and contributes to the distinctive appearance of this species. But in addition to its distinctive appearance, the white bellbird is also known for its extremely loud and penetrating song, which is one of the loudest ever recorded among birds, being comparable to that of an alarm or musical instrument, and which can be heard over great distances. This species mainly inhabits the humid forest of the Amazon and is often seen high up in fruit trees feeding on fruit, which makes it an important species in seed dispersal and one that contributes to forest regeneration. White-tipped sicklebill. The white-tipped sicklebill is a species of hummingbird found in parts of Central and South America, popularly known for its agility and the unique structure of its beak, adapted for accessing flower nectar and catching insects in flight. The beak of the white-tipped sicklebill has a distinctively curved shape that resembles a sickle, hence the inspiration for its popular name. This curvature is especially useful for accessing nectar in specifically shaped flowers that other birds cannot access. And in addition to nectar, they also consume small insects and spiders, which provide essential proteins for their diet. These birds are relatively large by hummingbird standards, measuring between 11 and 14 centimeters in length, and in addition, males and females have similar plumage, with little obvious sexual dimorphism, which means that both sexes are almost identical in terms of appearance. Great hornbill. Known for its distinctive colors and large size, the great hornbill is an impressive bird that has a very distinctive large curved beak which can measure up to 30 centimeters in males and 25 centimeters in females, adorned with a yellow horny structure. But in addition to its distinctive appearance, another striking and rather unusual feature of this bird that cannot go unmentioned is its complex reproductive behavior. When the breeding season arrives, the pair carefully selects a hollow in a tree, which they decorate with leaves, grass, and feathers. Then, the female seals herself inside the hollow with a mixture of mud, feces, and regurgitated food, leaving only a small opening through which the male will feed her over the following months. During this period, the female lays and incubates the eggs and cares for the young until they are ready to leave the nest. This method of nesting is a strategy that serves as protection against predators, and it's certainly quite unusual compared to most other birds, right? Long-wattled umbrella bird. The long-wattled umbrella bird is a fascinating bird found in the tropical forests of Colombia and Ecuador, which is unfortunately currently classified as vulnerable to extinction, mainly due to the ongoing loss of its natural habitat. Both sexes have a short tail and a crest on the head that is slightly longer in males. In addition, males are distinguished by a large throat wattle of feathers, which they use to attract females during the mating ritual, while females and juveniles have no or a much smaller wattle. The long-wattled umbrella bird is considered a rare and difficult bird to spot, usually living solitary and perched on tree branches, and its diet is omnivorous, feeding mainly on fruit, as well as insects and small vertebrates such as frogs and lizards. POTOO. The popular name POTOO doesn't necessarily refer to a specific species of bird, but rather to a group of nocturnal birds found in various biomes in Brazil and other South American countries. POTOOs are birds that are part of many legends and myths, and can often scare people, not only because of their unusual appearance, but also because of the distinctive song they emit. In addition, another striking feature of the POTOOs that should be mentioned is their incredible ability to camouflage themselves, remaining immobile and almost indistinguishable in the trees where they land, something that gives these animals an even more mysterious aura and reinforces the many popular stories and myths about them. The diet of these species is basically made up of insects that they catch in flight, but they can also feed on other small animals such as bat, lizards, and small birds. And another interesting curiosity about these fantastic birds is that they are not easily frightened and usually remain static when they are camouflaged, often even when humans or other animals approach them. Magnificent frigatebird. Popularly known as the magnificent frigatebird, this is another species of bird that attracts attention because of its rather strange and different appearance. Most of the time, these birds look common and nothing different or special. However, during breeding season, the males of this species are easily identifiable by the red gular sac, which they inflate to try to attract females and which gives them a simply spectacular appearance. And at other times, when it is not inflated, this gular sac is discreet and almost imperceptible. The females, on the other hand, are larger than the males and have a darker head and white chest, while the chicks are born with completely white body hair, regardless of their sex. The magnificent frigatebird nests in colonies, usually on isolated islands or in hard-to-reach coastal areas, and their nests are built in trees or bushes, where the females lay a single egg that is incubated by both parents. These birds are excellent flyers and spend most of their lives flying over the oceans in search of food, being known for their ability to hover in the air for long periods, taking advantage of air currents to save energy, and their diet consists mainly of fish, squid, and other marine animals that they catch on the surface of the water or steal from other birds. African jacana. The African jacana is a fascinating and distinctive-looking bird that inhabits the shallow waters of sub-Saharan Africa. This species is notable for its long legs and extremely elongated toes, which allow it to walk easily over floating vegetation in search of food. The plumage of the African jacana is predominantly brown, with a yellow chest, and the back of the neck and head are black, while the face and throat are white. To top it off, it even has some parts of its body in a distinctive blue-gray hue, complementing its exotic color palette. In addition to its unique appearance, the African jacana also has a very peculiar reproductive behavior. Females mate with several males within their territory, which they defend with great aggression. The males, on the other hand, are responsible for building floating nests with aquatic vegetation to lay and incubate the eggs. Once hatched, the African jacana chicks quickly acquire the ability to swim and dive, but they still remain under the care of their parents for around 2 months, often hiding under the wings of the adults when they feel threatened, and thus generating the appearance that the bird has many legs. Ocellated turkey. The ocellated turkey is a bird that has stunning plumage, with feathers that display a mixture of several different colors, creating a fantastic and very elegant visual effect. These birds are relatively large, with males reaching an average weight of 5 kilos and females around 3 kilos, and spend most of their time on the ground, preferring to run rather than fly to escape danger. However, they can fly quickly for short distances when necessary, and at night they often take shelter in tall trees to avoid predators. The reproduction of the ocellated turkey begins at the beginning of February and ends at the end of April, and during this period, the males perform elaborate displays to attract the females, who lay 8 to 15 eggs in a well-hidden nest on the ground and then incubate them for around 28 days. Kiwi. The kiwi is a non-flying bird, known for the enormous size of its egg when compared to the size of its body, and also for having feathers that look more like fur than typical bird feathers. But in addition to these unusual and quite distinctive features, which are more than enough to define the kiwi as a truly strange bird, these animals also have another striking and special feature, referring to their long, thin beak, which plays an important role in their feeding in the environment. The kiwi's beak is long and flexible, allowing it to use it to probe the ground in search of food. This feature is especially useful as the kiwi is a bird that feeds mainly on worms, insects, larvae, and small invertebrates found on the forest floor. And what's more, the kiwi's beak is highly sensitive, which means it can detect vibrations and subtle movements in the ground. This helps the bird locate buried prey, even in low light conditions. And as the kiwi is a nocturnal bird, this is a crucial adaptation for foraging at night when its vision is limited. Three-wattled bellbird. And if you thought the white bellbird is a very strange-looking bird because of the fleshy wattle they have hanging down, you'll probably be even more surprised by the three-wattled bellbird, which has not just one, but 3 fleshy wattles. Native to the mountainous regions of Central America, this species, like the white bellbird, is notable not only for its distinctive appearance, but also for its unique song, which is one of the strangest and most distinctive of all birds. While the females have a more discreet appearance with olive-green plumage that helps to camouflage them in the forest environment, the males have white plumage on the head and throat, with the rest of the body being a shade of brown, and are particularly impressive for having 3 long, fleshy black wattles that hang from the base of the beak and are used in displays during mating. King of Saxony, bird of paradise. And finally, let's talk about a truly extraordinary bird with a very unusual and different look, the King of Saxony, bird of paradise. Endemic to the mountain forests of New Guinea, this bird has distinct characteristics that make it a true spectacle of nature. The males are notable for their extraordinary plumage, with 2 long feathers that extend from the eyebrow region and can be manipulated during mating rituals to attract females. To give you an idea, these feathers are so impressive that, when the bird was first brought to Europe, many considered it a fake due to its unusual appearance. And no wonder, as this is such a fantastic and different feature that it really seems hard to believe. The females of this species, on the other hand, have a more discreet coloration, which is typical of the sexual dimorphism present in many bird species, where males and females show significant differences in their appearance. But what do you think? What was the most different and fantastic bird on this list? Let us know in the comments which one impressed you the most, and if you liked the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on the next videos we'll be bringing here. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.